This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, here at the NAB Show at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And I'm at one of the coolest booths here with one of the coolest vendors that's going to tell us about this new technology that is great for live events and many other things. He knows a lot more than I do. I don't really know much about it. But so let's welcome Daniel from Uvenu. Did I pronounce it right?
It's Uvenu. Sorry.
See? And that makes more sense.
Yeah, no problem. It happens.
You know, that's why when I do interviews with bands, I have them tell me their band name so I don't screw it up.
That makes sense.
So, first of all, give us a little brief of what this does, like the elevator pitch of what it does.
Yeah, so we connect fans at live events or broadcasts directly with a broadcast engineer who can pull in photos, videos, live cameras from cell phones, and really make it more of an intimate experience for the concert goer or the the MLB fan, and whoever's in a live venue experience can be more part of the event than just attending the event.
Now that's pretty cool. And with their phone,
yes. So everything we do, it doesn't require any kind of integration or anything downloadable. The fans can scan a QR code and instantly be live up on a video board or on a worldwide broadcast. Or they can submit their photos and videos, and we geolocation our events, so it's a really private situation where only you are going to be a part of that event if you're within that geofence, and then we could take your content, put it in the show, maybe do some fun stuff with AI on it, really, really get in and make it a memorable experience.
So, I'm the person in the audience. What do I do, and what are my options?
Well, it all depends on what the event holder wants to do. We have everything we do is geared to be a entertainment element that fans really want to be a part of. Like I said, live cams. We're doing a social wall, social experience. We do live polling, that kind of stuff. Play fans off each other, ask questions, get that live instant feedback from the fans, the concert goers. And now we just launched a light show where, you're at a concert, scan a QR, we take over the light on your phone and sync it to music. A DJ can take it live and really make the whole experience more memorable.
Well, I was just thinking of some of the festivals I go to, the bands, they'll be like, okay, everybody, it used to be your lighters, but now it's like everybody raise up your phones. So everybody there that's hooked into you, they don't even have to get the light on. You can control it.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine going to a venue, there's 70,000 people there. You have scanned a code or you click the link and it took you to that venue's light show. They have full control of playing back music, hitting a button, and every single one of those connected users are going to flash in sync with what's going on in the show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's really, you really get awestruck when you see it in person.
So as somebody putting on the live event, why do I want this?
So not only to elevate the experience for the person going to the event, right? You want to create these experiences to draw people to your show or your event, but also, there's a monetization aspect to it where, sponsors pay the bills. So every single thing we do is to be a sponsorable asset for our clients to go out, market, sell. But, we have the users who want to be a part of it. So it's not like we're forcing anything on them. They can opt in and, everyone's happy.
So now I'm a sponsor. Why do I want to sponsor it?
I mean, if you look at the scan numbers, right, we're living in a world where people want to be, we're living in an influencer era right now. People want to be seen, and what we do is very popular. We have the metrics, the scan rates, we have people that are coming on and they're putting their phones in their cup holders entire games wanting to get on the board, right? So instead of just having your logo on one screen for maybe 5-6 seconds as a sponsor, you're paying that much money. Now you have people sitting there with 40, 50,000 screens there waiting to go live, and they're seeing your logo there, and we have the metrics saying they're staying on for 5+ minutes. A majority of those fans waiting to go live, and while they're waiting to go live, they're seeing your ad. They can click your ad, take them to your website, And, there's no integration involved in this on the fan end, so they don't have to download anything. They don't, and on the operator side, it's just logging into an account that's created for them.
So when these fans are at these events, where do they find the QR code?
So majority of these venues now have, huge big screens. They're all getting bigger and bigger, right? Now you have places like SoFi, you have places like they have these huge video boards all over. So if you put a QR code up, or, you can push notify through apps and stuff like that as well. And as long as they can get our evergreen links, because we geofence our events, like I said, if you're in the vicinity of one of our events and you could take part in it, you will be able to pair up with our system and go live.
Nice. So now let's step back. What were you thinking when this came to you?
Just, technology at the time was changing rapidly, and, 5G allowed a lot, data connection really sped up, and, just everyone, if you go to an event, everyone's on their phone anyways. Why aren't you trying to utilize that to your benefit and, create something that's never been done before like this, right? Make it more, elevate your entertainment value. So,
well, and you just gave me an idea, because I was thinking about more and more performers are getting upset that people are on their phones instead of experiencing the show. And I think this is the solution, because they're not going to want to be on their phone, because they're going to want to be paying attention to being engaged and part of the whole event.
No, exactly. And you could play the crowd off that too. You can make them part of the show. You can reference them on the board while you're performing. You could take questions through a simple QR code and put up on a screen for that person to respond to live, right? Something you couldn't do before if you're just a concert goer, right? Or in an audience. So now you can be more part of the event in the live action. So
nice. Are there any other features or types of things we should know that would inform not just the fans out there that may engage in this, but people that may want to use this at their live events?
No, we're always adding, different products, throughout time, and things are changing with AI. So we've integrated some AI functionality into our social era, where, some teams, some events have theme nights, right? Maybe it's like Disney night. You want to convert someone to look like a prince, right? It's all available now. So we've integrated a little bit of that into our product.
Oh yeah, and I want to talk about that, because you showed me that, and that's pretty amazing. There's people, I live in Florida, people go to Disney. They stand online forever to take pictures with these characters, yet it just came up in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, like one of our clients last week, you had a concert series night, and it was classic rock, and they had a classic rock band that played at the half, right? And in the meantime, they were running our social, so we had all these photos. So we instantly just plugged in and said, make them look like classic 70 rock stars. And they played it back as its own element. And people were laughing in the crowd, because we had babies that looked like drummers in front of huge crowds, right? Like from the 70s. So that was
nice.
Really fun experience for them.
And then you were also telling me, a lot of the sporting events, they have theme nights. So they can apply something in this for their theme night.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just another tool that they get access to, and it just makes it that much more of a tailored experience for the user. Yeah,
I saw one you showed me where the little girl turned into Barbie, and I'm just thinking, man, any kid that saw that up on the screen, that just made their lifetime. That memory will be there forever.
Yeah, we also, all the stuff that's approved, it's all family friendly. It has to be approved to be shown. Also comes back into our own kind of social feed, intraweb social feed we call it, where fans off the board can scroll through, see what people have submitted that's been approved, that's going to show on the board. They can like it. They can show the likes on the board too. And then on the back end of that as well, the teams or the venues can push in their own ads into that feed, and they get 100% of that revenue.
Nice. And, I'm glad you brought up about, that you moderate it, because some people might have been worried about that. So what are the tools for moderating it so it's approved before it just goes out there?
So an operator will run it. They'll QC the content coming in, and we get like several thousand images and stills and videos at a time at these events. So, unfortunately, not everyone can make it up right now because there's limited time for these things. But we make sure, since there's sponsors attached, that everything's clean, family friendly. That's what you want as an event, anyways, right? Yeah, so there's always a gatekeeper kind of going through that content. And then, if you're lucky to make the board, you can see yourself up there. So
nice. How do people reach out to you, connect on socials, connect to a website, get more info?
You could go to uvenu.com and, you can see our product suite and you can contact us through there.
Nice. Any final words you want to share with the listeners?
No, that's it. Hopefully you'll go to an event and be a part of it and, more so than you was in the past. So we're excited to be part of, hopefully, a memorable experience.
It does sound like it's making any event you go to a lot more fun.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.